hunting is a very, very basic thing in mankind. Man, the hunter, goes right back to the mists of time.
From an early age, I felt repulsed by the slaughter of animals and decided to adopt a vegan lifestyle. Here I am as a young teenager on Christmas Day, eating my meat-free dinner, alone from the rest of the family.
Ta-da! Here we go. This is my vegan shepherd's pie.
For close to 40 years, I perfected my vegan lifestyle. I was rigid in this belief system and remained unchallenged. Then I met Guy Wallace.
Get in! Oh, you're standing there, no wonder they won't fucking go in. Do you know, these successive British governments would seem to want everybody to end up as a clone of everyone else, as a teetotal, non-smoking, left-wing, politically correct, pacifist, puffed fucking vegetarian. Well, that wasn't the sort of Brit that conquered half the bloody world 2 centuries ago.
This old colonial relic had little time for the modern world. Hunting was in his blood, and at 73 years of age, it was his last opportunity to return to Africa and relive his glory days. He intended to shoot one of the so-called Big Five, the fearsome Cape buffalo. And I was going with him. Jesus.
That's a Cape buffalo then.
Just a picture of one. I thought it was life-size when I bought it, but it's nowhere near, obviously. I mean, that's the belly line there.
Yeah.
I should have been somewhere about there. The only way you will stop a buffalo once it's been hit with the first shot is to either hit it in the spine, which is a slightly odd shape, or in the brain, which is protected by that boss there.
Wouldn't it kind of screw up your trophy though,
having a
It's
big...
better than buffalo screwing you up.
All right.
I mean, you're hoping that they're not going to charge. I mean, you don't go skydiving hoping your parachute won't open. Well, I never bloody did anyway. You don't go mountaineering hoping you're going to fall off the mountain.
Yeah.
Same with these chaps. But there's always a possibility that it might happen. Two English setters, Hungarian wirehead Vitzler, German wirehead Pointer, and the others are lavatory doors.
What's that?
Labradors. There are only so many kicks a pensioner can get, but shooting Cape buffalo is one of them. It comes down to a very simple equation. You kill it, or it kills you. If you get that first bullet wrong, you've got a very exciting time on your hand. They are not of the forgive and forget school of thought. They'll come looking for you, and they'll try and obliterate you.
I'd taken a step into the unknown. But despite our polarized views, Guy had welcomed me into his world. I went with Guy to the big house on the estate. The landowner let him keep some of his trophies there. He returned the favour by leading hunting parties out on the moors. A parcel had arrived from Africa.
Just tell us where this thing came from.
This came from a blesbok, one of the horse antelopes. It's a lovely stalk, and I remember it well, and I shall, this will be a memento of it. And there we are. There is one blesbok head ready for hanging on the wall. That is the tip of the nose there, and it's quite a convenient way of hanging them without them taking up too much space and sticking right out into the room. This is a particularly good skin. They're always fighting with one another, and the skins always suffer. I think this must have been a bit of a wet zebra, because there's no marks on it at all. He probably kept out of trouble. 40 years ago, I was paid to shoot buffalo. Paid very little to shoot, and now I'm having to pay an awful lot to do the same thing again. But I just have a thing about buffalo. They're just such great adversaries. That'll probably be my swan song.
I have to admit, it was absurd that someone with my beliefs would have any interest in this archaic hunting culture. But Guy intrigued me as a character. I wanted to understand how one man's loathing could be another man's pride.
My breakfast, dear boy, is the eighth wonder of the world. This all looks probably pretty horrible to you, being a chap who doesn't eat things like this. One of the problems with modern living is everything is so hygienic. None of the kids build up an immunity to anything, so as soon as a bug comes along, they get down like ninepins.
Did you never get ill?
I had a hangover in about 2000, 2001. I guess probably the last time I was ill.
So where is your family then?
Brecon, mid-Wales. And I, as I probably already mentioned, have a Scottish father, an Irish mother. I was born in England and spent most of my life in Wales, so you make of that what you want to.
His great-uncle Arthur had been a major influence, helping shape Guy into the man he was today. He'd worked for the Indian Forestry Service, shooting man-eating tigers.
When my grandfather and my great-uncle used to take the first dram of the evening, they would give the old Gallic toast, "Here's to blood." And that's the sort of scenario I was brought up in.
Well, what was your period in Africa?
Kenya early 60s, Rhodesia early 70s. In 1959 there were 9 independent countries in Africa, and by 1969 there were 35 independent countries in Africa. And many would think that that change came a bit quick, really, when you see what's been happening ever since, you know. But, Jambo, biscuit.
So you're quite happy living up here, generally?
Wouldn't live here if I wasn't. I like being social, but equally I like my own company. I'm in various parts of the world. I've gone weeks and sometimes months without speaking a word of English. I mean, I may have spoken one of the African dialects or Spanish or Malay or whatever, depending on where I was. It didn't sort of worry me particularly that I wasn't speaking to any like-minded English people, you know, or British people.
He had purposely chosen to lead a solitary existence on the bleak Caithness moors. The caravan was supposed to be a temporary home until he fixed up the old cottage behind it.
They are, Rip. Who needs an automatic washing machine when he's got a border terrier?
So you're planning on moving out of this caravan at some point in the future?
When I'm forced with hot irons and steam hoses, yes.
You like it in here?
Yeah. Happiest pig in the proverbial muck. I would have built that house 10 years ago if I was that keen on moving into a house. There's 2 good buffalo safaris in that roof, for instance.
So you'd rather go out safari hunting than fix that old house up?
Yeah.
I bet you get that done up and you'll still sleep in here and live in here.
You hit the nail right on the bloody head, mate.
What's that?
Drinking water off the caravan roof.
That's your drinking water. Look at the size of that thing at the bottom.
That was the bucket, just had a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. Pure Adam's ale.
I was impressed how self-sufficiently Guy lived. It couldn't have been easy for this elderly man to eke out an existence in this harsh landscape. But then, he'd always lived this way.
That lovely picture by Snaffles of a mountain gunner in India. The mountain guns were carried by mules. They were broken down, they come to pieces and they're carried by a team of mules and then reassemble wherever they want them to. I often think of it up here, smoking my pipe on the mountain, taking the morning cool, wearing my old brown gaiters along with my old brown mule, you know. This old squaddy there, sort of grizzled old chap with his mule beside him with a couple of gun wheels slung either side of him.
This is you at school?
That's me at Sandhurst, Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, when I was an officer cadet prior to being commissioned.
That's you in the middle?
Me in the middle, yeah. While on the army, that was me in the #1 dress of the Gordon Highlanders, shortly after I'd been commissioned. That was me in the Oman with the Sultan's Armed Forces.
So what were you doing there?
I was training Baluch and Arab troops to be soldiers. And that's me cattle ranching in Africa.
His life was like a boy's adventure story from the 1950s. He regaled me with tales from his campaigns in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. He'd witnessed countless atrocities, and it had hardened his outlook.
They know he's going hunting and they want to join in. They're singing, as we say, with the foxhounds.
Over the next few weeks, Guy took me on various expeditions. He was keen to prepare me for Africa and introduce me to the rudiments of hunting.
Just a slight twist with a little finger and you'll break its neck. You don't have to be leaping about like a karate man. Hello, Colin. Nice to see you again. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
No, that's a Charles Lancaster of London.
Right.
That's the Spanish one.
I felt awkward within this world of guns and bullets. It was a language that I found hard to understand.
At the end of the day, to use a modern phrase, if you put that first bullet in the right place, that's really what counts, isn't it?
Blue boy going very well, romping home in contention as they run towards the home turn. It's romping home, Blue boy, the Colonel, Opera Knights making ground. They're well into the straight now of the Queen and the 4th Jubilee Stakes. It's romping home, Blue boy, the Colonel, Opera Knights, well into the final.
Hunters came from all over the world to shoot on the estate. Guy took a group of Belgians out on a duck hunt.
Duck are always coming into the wind if there's any appreciable breeze, and they'll take off into the wind as well.
Perhaps there was a romantic appeal to these trips into the wild, but I still felt very uneasy about the killing.
You tell me. I'd really like somebody to come up and explain this to me. I'm really confused.
Despite delving into the world of hunting, I was still a staunch advocate of animal rights. I travelled to London, where I met up with other vegan activists. Robert took me out on a direct action expedition, hunting for steak and burger houses.
And I'm not trying to contact them.
Okay.
We're just saying the truth.
Yeah, no, it's the truth.
This is what we need the truth.
We chalked slogans and had confrontations with police and restaurant staff. It felt like a world apart from the North Highlands.
Animals feel pain. Animals feel pain. Animals want to live. Animals want to live. Animals love their babies. Animals love their babies. Their milk. Their eggs. Their milk.
How do you like your tea, David?
That'll do now, just throw the thing out.
Right. You obviously won't have milk with it. Do you have sugar with it?
With our African trip just a week away, Guy took me out on a deer stalk. It was the ideal time to try out my new vegan hiking boots.
Give my scope a wipe, will you? Right, onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war.
We can't really compare... Oh, sorry.
Right, whisper from now on. They're quite often out in the evening, out on the ground here.
I said we can't really compare...
Whisper.
We can't really
That's
go
better.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't really compare a dreary, overcast, drizzly night like this to Africa.
Whisper.
Whisper.
Yeah.
I am whispering.
No, you're not.
Okay. We can't. We can't.
You're talking, not whispering.
Oh, right. We can't.
That's better.
Okay. I'm trying to learn. You spotted anything?
Road here, slot. Footprint.
What's that noise?
What?
What's that funny noise?
I'm deaf as a post. Don't hear a thing.
You're deaf as a post.
Shot for all my life, army and everything else, with no hearing protectors.
Oh, that can't help you for the hunt.
No one knew about it in those days.
And you can hear me whispering.
Yeah, it depends on the decibel range.
around those holes.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Jesus, that was a bad bit. Doctor, I'll tell you something though. My feet are still dry.
So they should be.
Yeah. They're working well, those boots.
And if all else fails, you can eat the boots.
Okay, so. Guy gave me this book on buffalo to look at. Absolutely full of hunting pictures. Now this is what they're after. They call that the boss. This one, it says it's 54 inches wide. I guess he'll be happy with that.
What you don't take with you, you've got to do without. It's as simple as that.
God, you've got a lot on the list. Elastoplast, Germaline, eyebrow tweezers, sunscreen, hypodermic syringe.
You don't want some fucking kaffir with AIDS and been injected, 10 minutes earlier or something. They haven't bothered to sterilise the needle.
Right. Bye-bye, Jambo. Till the next time.
I had heard Guy using the derogatory word kaffir before when describing black Africans. Did he think he was returning to the same old colonial Africa he so fondly remembered? We were heading to Chikudu Game Reserve in the eastern province of Mpumalanga in South Africa. It promised the Big Five experience and was teeming with game. Guy had paid professional big game hunter Alan Schenk to take him on his buffalo safari.
Nice one.
Prices ranged from $100 for a vervet monkey to almost $20,000 for a male lion.
Alan Schenk. Just drive straight on. Straight on. Yeah.
Keep it elephant, it's fairly high voltage.
Really? Make sure you don't touch any of it. What's that? Where's my light? Got you. Hey, hello. Where you going? There. What's that?
Come on, come in, mate. Shut the door.
Yeah. Oh my God. Don't frighten the porcupine.
It's a little bit risky to be walking around in the dark like it. That lion's right here.
Here?
Just behind the chalet here. Before you even know it, you'll be gone.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm serious.
Have you seen these things happen?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. Right. Listen, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Be safe.
Yeah, I will do.
Go on, we walk now.
Okay, I promise you. Gee whiz, I didn't realise that. Alan came out and said it was a bad idea wandering about.
You'll learn.
Two nights ago in camp, there were some buffalo. You can see their tracks. He's gone there, he's walked, he's gone in that direction like it, and he's walked sort of down past the two chalets here, and he looks like they stood there between the two chalets.
Cape buffalo.
Cape buffalo. There's the tracks right here. And then last night, right here on this little road here, there was a big male lion. Look at that. There it is there. A big male lion's paw is almost two of your hands together. So imagine that lion smacking you on the side of the head, he'll just snap your neck straight away.
Yeah.
They don't call them dangerous game for nothing.
Indeed, yeah.
Are you comfortable? Yeah. Okay, you can fire when you're ready.
Right.
That's perfect.
What we're going to do this morning, guys, we're going to go out. We're going to actually try and locate the ideal animals to hunt.
We were joined by Chris for the duration of the hunt. His family had owned Chikudu since 1980. We only had 5 days, but already I'd stepped into paradise. Who on earth would want to destroy such magnificent creatures?
What Eden must have looked like once.
Yeah.
I bet Adam's bloody soon learned to make a bow and arrow.
The buffalo we were looking for was known as a dagger boy, an old bull past his breeding age and separated from the herd.
It comes from a word of people that used to mix cement. They were always full of cement, you know, and they used to be called the dugger boys because cement is called dugger.
I see.
And that's where the name dugger boy came from, because the old bulls always got mud coated on them.
Lion kill. Lions got stuck into this buffalo cow.
That's only been killed recently.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah. It's a beautiful buffalo cow, that, eh?
My first encounter with a Cape buffalo. This was the harsh reality of Africa.
Okay, copy. We'll do that at lunchtime.
All right, super. All right, let's head up.
Chris had received word that some buffalo were spotted a couple of miles north, so we headed deep into the bush.
Here.
What is it?
That is a fresh track. It's a slightly darker colour from the ground on either side of it.
We waited and waited and waited. And there he was.
Nice boss.
Give them a few minutes and walk straight through here and just hope.
What's that? Buffalo shit. It's warm.
What happened there? Can you just explain?
The giraffe spooked them. They've always got the drop on you from that height. And when the giraffe ran off, the buffalo took off with them.
See.
David.
We had been walking all day, and I was starting to get tired. But the others were relentless in their pursuit.
Stay close by. Stay right over his shoulder. Don't lag back. The herd is right in front of us here. And if we duck down, you must duck down as well. Don't go and pop out like a jack in a box. They're going to see you and run. Okay. Come with your rifle.
There they go.
Close but no cigar.
See, if you stick together, you look like a rhino, then they don't run. But you've all got to be in a solid mass. As soon as you start spreading out,
If you arch your back, it takes away the natural silhouette of the human body. And also you keep your head down and you just look with your eyes.
well, that was pretty close.
Yeah.
Part of me was glad they didn't shoot it. I'd lagged behind, and it meant the buffalo got wind of us. If they were to be successful, I'd have to bond more strongly with the group.
So how was the day?
All right, let's start eating before that soup gets cold.
Especially for me.
Yes, especially for you.
What is that, a crumbed steak?
I don't know what's it. It's a vegan?
Vegan, yeah. Vegan. Yeah. I'm an extreme vegetarian. Yeah. Day one, the Guy Wallace hunt.
Buffalo 1, Wallace 0. We live and learn, or as the Chinese say, we live 'tis true, but we learn nothing. So yeah, no, thoroughly exciting day. Did you enjoy your day?
Yeah, I think we got enough footage there that it seems to work quite well.
I can't find my fucking teeth still.
Come on guys, we need to get going, eh?
He's lost his false teeth.
To see if we can find a baboon en route and we can just
No,
make
it's
one.
just that, I mean, it's for the continuity of the film. It's
Guy, it must be in amongst all this stuff.
You didn't put them in a pocket somewhere.
I've been to every.
There's so many.
While they searched for the teeth, I noticed some activity at the skinning shed. A boy with his first kill.
That's your first buck?
Yes,
Very first time?
yes. This is where I shot it. Right there.
What do you do next?
Eat the liver.
You eat a bit of it, raw.
Yes.
So I presume you're not a vegetarian then?
Now I'm a meat eater.
Alright, dit is maar een van daai dinge, né? Sonstop?
Oh,
Ja. Ja.
It was an old Afrikaner custom that a hunter undergoes a bloody ritual during his first kill. A a rite of passage to manhood.
Thank you.
Guy never did find the teeth, but we headed out anyway. I was determined to be accepted into this company of men.
Are any of these what you're looking for?
That one going in the mud, that's one. You see him?
Yeah.
There he turns now.
Turns now.
He's out of sight in the bushes now. If we get closer, we can have a better look at him.
Dust.
Yeah.
Then another mishap.
The steering's gone.
Probably. They're going to get a bit of wire from in there. They're very resourceful out here, they have to be.
Okay.
Here we go.
Right,
More.
You got it working?
Yeah, we hope so.
We headed back to camp so the truck could be properly repaired.
While we were eating lunch, it just went completely flat.
That would have been a nasty ride if it had gone flat out there.
It would have been, eh?
A big propaganda, a white man doing a Kaffir's job.
You're not allowed to say that anymore.
Well, I'm not allowed to do a lot of things there, but...
Samsung.
Same like yours, Chris. Where is yours?
Yeah, the one you charged it for me.
Myself?
Yeah, this is my one.
That one is mine.
Says there, Chris.
Sorry?
Assis.
That one.
Yeah, there.
Read inside.
White man
Says
doing a
Chris
Kaffir's
Assis.
No, that one says to be so.
Well done.
Right. Now it's done. Now you can leave.
And nowadays, before I go...
No joy today then.
Absolutely nothing. Hopefully tomorrow the weather changes to our benefit. I always say, the hotter the weather, the better it is for buffalo.
It had been a frustrating day. I decided to ask Guy about the Kaffir comment he made at the garage earlier.
From the time that you lived in Africa, it wasn't unusual to have the attitude to speak like that.
No, it was the norm. It was like the British Raj in India.
But you seem to me somebody like a product of another time, an anachronism.
Yeah, but in those days it was just sort of part of the scene, you know.
Yeah.
You took these things on board. Having said all that, two of my best friends in Rhodesia were my boss boy and my shoot boy. One of my best friends in the Oman was my sergeant major, who was also a falconer. And it was a relation between the gamekeeper and the laird. You were great friends, but you kept the division.
They were black.
It was just as things were at the time. It was, everybody is a product of their time, basically, and things change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not for the better. I'm not talking about apartheid in particular, I'm talking about in general. Yeah. I mean, some of the things that have gone on in Africa, all these tribal wars and things like that, and sort of multiple, you know, Rwanda and umpteen thousands of others, and people being killed and maimed in their thousands. didn't actually happen under colonial rule. Hey, ha-ha, what have we got here then? Hey, go on then.
Smile.
Alex will be here now with your wife.
An hour?
No, he'll be here now.
Better get my pipe in my fucking face, I suppose.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We all had things that went rough in the army. Basically, I murdered people, you know. Not put finer point that I murdered people. But they walked into the wrong ambush at the wrong time. Smoking my Panama, taking the morning cool, wearing my old brown gaiters on my old brown mule. Oh! Wag the flag and flog the wog, mate. Oh, now I've beaten and I've slain you by a living God that made you a better man than I am, younger den.
Bless you, bless you.
That's my fucking hat.
Bless you.
Keep my fucking hat out of the way. Keep my hat out of the way. Wag the flag and flog the wall.
Listen, go easy, because you've got to be up tomorrow. You've almost polished off a full bottle of brandy, a bottle of red wine yesterday, a bottle of red wine today.
When I don't get up tomorrow, it'll be the last of my fucking worries, because I'll be bloody dead.
Can I ask you one last thing?
Yeah.
If for some reason, right, imagine you wounded a Cape buffalo.
Yeah.
And it came charging at you and took you out. With that thought, would you be happy with that end?
Better than hanging around in the National Health Society waiting room, just sort of falling apart at the bloody seams. Of course it bloody would. Yeah.
You'd rather go being gorged by a
Christ,
Cape buffalo?
Yeah. No contest. No contest. No. There's no competition at all. I don't want to end up like my parents, a ripe old age, pissing the bed. No, fuck it, I'm past my sell-by date, mate.
Yes.
I am as I am. And when the wheels fall off, my only problem is remembering where the keys to the gun cabinet is. So I'll blow my bloody brains out. They talk about going to Switzerland for a bloody euthanasia. You stick a 416 Rigby up the roof of your mouth and pull the trigger, and your problems are over. I hate the idea of growing old. I really do. Inside the 73-year-old bloke, there was a 33-year-old hooligan trying to fight his way out. And that's the way I see myself.
That fucks our ambush up.
It's blowing straight to them. Unless we're walking behind them.
But let's try that. That's all we can do.
making an ambush position with a firing point, so one can fire between the trees and the leaves.
If they do walk out, you need to stand dead still. Don't make any sudden movements. Stand dead still until we tell you which one. Dog barked because there was a leopard in front of us here.
I have to admit, I was starting to feel their frustration. It felt like everything in the bush was conspiring against us, and time was running out.
Come back again. Come, David. David, come on.
Hey! Just go to the tree if he does charge, eh?
Taking the car from the dog.
Hey! Go this way. Oh, there's the truck. Oh, God.
And I think I've earned this brandy today. It's great, the anticipation of getting a contact any moment, but it was not to happen. We're hunting them on their terrain and they have all the advantages.
Yeah. Hey, my darling.
I don't know where is Aliko lelinkwenkwe. Asiliboni lelinkwenkwe ukuthi liyepi.
Oh. Ayikho phakathi.
Enikhona lapha munye futhi.
Munye futhi lapha.
Dankie. Yeah. Vino.
I'm an optimist. We almost got charged and trampled by rhino today. Oh, jeez. Have you ever been hit by a steam train?
Double-decker buses don't have horns. On the negative side, they won. They're allowed to win for so long, but eventually the day of reckoning has to come.
I think you're quite right there. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be a good day.
I was shooting with the camera. Guy was shooting with the rifle. In an ironic way, we both wanted the same result.
Come, stay behind. Stay behind now. Don't walk. Stand still. Don't come down. Keep up.
We had to appear as a single silhouette. 3 becoming 1. I'd become the hunter.
I've got to put a cartridge in the chamber.
Okay, yeah.
It's the final act.
Extreme right. Come, Guy. First 2 on the right.
Come. Keep your barrel up. That's him. That's him. You can see the blood coming out of his nose.
If you get a chance before me, you shoot it.
Okay, Guy?
He's coming. Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
Oh. Oh dear, yeah.
He's still blinking, eh?
Yeah, I know, that's what I say.
Watch out there, David. David.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's still blinking. Come away there.
Come away!
David.
You don't
Come away.
He's still alive.
He's still alive?
If you touch the eye and it doesn't blink, then you know, dead.
My God.
You did well there, sir, to keep up. We had to do a bit of running there.
know. Okay, mate. Yeah, cheers.
Well done. Oh, I see you bleeding more than the buffalo bleeding.
I know.
Hey?
It's only fucking thorns. Who fired the double tap?
He fired 2 shots.
Yeah.
One of these hit the branch and went twing into the air.
Yeah.
And then we got it again here. You can see where mine hit the branch. And then as it ran out, Alan shot it again.
Right.
Yeah.
How far did the buffalo go?
About a kilo.
Yeah.
Kilometre?
Mm.
I felt guilty as it lay there dead. I couldn't believe that I'd wanted this.
Just clear these few bushes there for me there.
I don't want him to roll. Hang on, don't push him all the way.
I'm trying to sit him up, right.
Okay. Anybody's like that.
We've got to get that back leg out.
Very nice to get a good shot. That's what lasts forever, the memories.
I don't know if I want to be photographed with it though. I feel...
Yeah, but you're being photographed with your friend, not with the buffalo.
My position here is I'm like overseeing, but not part of it.
Okay. But now you must go get down there, and then you're going to do an interview with Guy. You need to get down here at this angle.
Okay. Well, why not? Yeah.
But you need to get down low.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got the whole bull and you. Okay.
And Godla, Baete and Causey.
What? What does that mean?
I have eaten, I salute you, O Chief, in Zulu.
Oh, I see. You've been rehearsing that. Well, let's try it again. Hold on.
And Godla.
No, not yet.
You said right.
No, I'm going to say okay. Okay.
And Godla, Baete and Causey.
That was pretty good. I think.
We've got the past and the present.
Yeah.
This was Guy's moment. He basked in the glory.
Well done. It's lovely. Every day. Yeah.
My last buffalo, that.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe one day again. Who knows?
I'm 73 now, mate.
Yeah. You've been around the block. It's a beautiful one.
Yes.
What happens now, Alan?
Oh, we're busy caping, taking the skin off. Making sure the meat's all clean, gonna take the stomach out.
That fucking smell.
It's quite a horrible smell. When sometimes the bullet goes into the gut,
It's strange, actually.
and that's the smell comes out much earlier than it should, and now that's why you get that quite a bad smell.
And yeah, we found Guy's bullet. When it hits, it opens up like a mushroom, and it creates a big wound channel through the vital organs, and that's what creates the velocity in killing your animal.
A bloody carcass for a moment of glory. It was an ugly scene and reminded me of why I became a vegan. But Chris had something he wanted to share.
There's more animals at the moment in South Africa than there's ever been before, due to the fact that more and more people are coming out and hunting, and people are able to run these reserves from that hunting money. So that's where hunting has actually contributed a lot towards conservation, and it's contributing more and more and more where it's managed properly.
So what would happen if your reserve didn't exist? If all these reserves?
If this reserve, to give you an example, if this reserve did not exist, it would have gone into farming, commercial farming, where they would have had basically cattle on here. And if it wasn't cattle, they would even have citrus production or something like that. Yeah. So it wouldn't be a nature reserve as such where you got natural preservation of the ecology like it used to be as much as possible. But it would have been all gone into modernized commercial farming and that. It's a thing to draw up. Should we allow hunting and extremely large areas of wildlife production, or should we allow it just to go to commercial farming and wipe out all the wildlife? Or I say wipe out, let the poachers come in and wipe out the wildlife.
Yeah.
Chris's words had resonated within me. Could it be that the death of this old buffalo would help conserve other animals?
Having a military background, I always clean my either shotgun or rifle as soon as I have used it. And brought up to believe that one's weapon should be clean, bright, shining and slightly oiled. Ready for next time. Doesn't take long, but it makes a difference to the life of the rifle and the efficiency of the working parts of the rifle.
Ah, that's a nice one, eh? How much is this one?
Almost a day off, a holiday day today, having put them up in the salt yesterday. But it's also a bit of an anticlimax as well. You've been working up to this for the last few days and suddenly it's happened and happened successfully, and it's all sort of, it's like letting the air out of a tyre, you know?
You dealt with Africans a lot over the years. Is this the way you remember it?
Well, they used to sleep on the road because it was warmer than tarmac, and it was bloody dangerous driving at night. In the old Kenya before independence, if you ran an African over and injured him, you had to pay his hospital bill. If you killed him, you paid 10 shillings for his burial. Not a case of someone running over one and sitting up screaming, reversed back over his head, leant out, put a 10 shilling note in his top pocket and drove on.
That was quite common.
Wasn't uncommon.
Oh, the tunnel.
So, sorry, my darling. You want some coffee, tea?
Coffee would be lovely.
Thank you very
Coffee
much.
would be lovely.
And you, Data? Coffee. Black like me or white like you?
White like me.
Thank you. And for you, darling?
Just slightly white, just a little white.
White.
A bit of, between.
Can you find that soya milk?
Yes.
Fridge.
Okay, my daddy, I'm coming now.
Well, it's been an honor having you guys here, and I really enjoyed myself.
No, it's been great fun, they've been great people, and we achieved what we were set out to achieve.
Because I'm black, I'm starting crying. I'm looking like buffalo. That one you shot. My darling.
Dolly, I did not shoot the buffalo. That man shot.
Who shot the buffalo?
The man shot it.
Oh, man.
Really?
I don't shoot things. I only shoot with my camera.
He's a vegan, he doesn't even eat meat.
I don't eat meat.
Really? Shame.
Vegan
I think
vegetarian.
you angel, my darling.
I like animals.
Yes, I
like
love
killing
you, my
animals.
darling. It's only old men killing the buffalo.
The truth was, I did shoot the buffalo, albeit with my camera. But I had crossed a line nonetheless.
The teeth could be in this bed, like under the cover or something.
He's got his teeth. Here they are.
Where?
Here they are.
It's the hunting that appeals to nearly all of us. The killing is almost an aside, really. I mean, as you said yourself, when we were getting close into the quarry, you could feel it as well, and you could see where we were coming from.
Yeah,
I didn't matter if I give Chris's to Alan or Alan's to Chris, because it's the same amount in both and not a lot. The horn of the hunter, as Raak so famously said, blows stronger in some than others, but it is there, in the psyche. If it wasn't for hunting, the human race would have died out thousands of years ago. And some people, it might be getting a decent bargain in the supermarket or something, you know, if you take it to its logical, ridiculous extreme. Yes, I'm quite happy with what I do. I don't find a need to defend it. I always will explain my side of it, but I don't have to defend my actions. I'm perfectly happy with that.
I understand, yeah. I understand now.
It was some time since the hunt, and despite going against my principles, I'd come to terms with what had happened. Hunting was more than just killing. It involved a deep understanding of nature and a unique bond between men. I hadn't seen Guy in a while. I'd heard he was disillusioned with life in the highlands and was moving abroad. I decided to pay him one last visit.
Habari yako, nzuri kabisa sana. Jambo bwana. Jambo bwana. Ndege mzuri. Hey, ndege mzuri, Jambo.
Do you think he prefers Swahili to English?
I don't think he knows the fucking difference. Now we better go and get himself out, hadn't I? Take him outside and do it. This cost me £1,000 with the taxidermy, which was just under 350. Not actually that happy with this head, because sanitised it for the American market and painted it all in fucking black boot polish or whatever they've used. And I prefer the sort of gnarly old head of the old bastard lying there covered in ticks, you know.
Yeah.
And they've made it very... They've taken the life and soul out of it.
You okay holding it?
Not really.
Sorry. Some shots close up. Great. That is superb. Fantastic.
Right, come here now. Come here.
Yeah.
Leave the stuff. Just come here.
Will I turn it off?
Leave it.
What?
Leave it. Come here.
I am.
Leave it!
I know, wait a minute. I need to. What?
Right, grab hold of this before I drop the cunt.
Fuck. I didn't really.
It's called the men that don't fit in. There's a race of men that don't fit in, a race that can't stay still. So they break the hearts of kith and kin and they roam the world at will. They range the field and they rode the flood and they climb the mountain's crest. Theirs is the curse of the gypsy blood and they don't know how to rest. They just went straight, they might go far, they are strong and brave and true. But they're always tired of the things that are and they want the strange and new. They say, could I find my proper groove, what a deep mark I would make. So they chop and change, and each fresh move is only a fresh mistake. And each forgets as he strips and runs with a brilliant, fitful pace. It's the steady, quiet, plodding ones who win the lifelong race. And each forgets that his youth has fled, forgets that his prime is past, till he stands one day with a hope that's dead in the glare of the truth at last. He has failed, he has failed, he has missed his chance, he has just done things by half. Life's been a jolly good joke on him, and now is the time to laugh. Ha ha, he is one of the legion lost, he was never meant to win. He's a rolling stone and it's bred in the bone, he's a man who won't fit in. Yup. Bit of a mirror, that, really.